Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong and welcome to the Back Office Teardown Lab. You may remember rather, a video I did, hello, can you see me, a while ago on mirrors, car mirrors, and more specifically the chromatic, or chromic, I have to check which it is, mirrors that dim. Well, I've actually got hold of another one, and this one is actually was on the vehicle, and I've since binned it because you can see it's got this very dark tint. I don't know if the chemicals in the mirror itself have gone kaput, as if they've sort of stayed permanently tinted. Either way, I didn't like it. I prefer clearer glass, and I think I'd rather live with the potential for getting dazed or dazzled by the cars behind me. So what I've done is I've chopped the connector off, and I thought we'll just have a go at hooking up to my bench power supply, which is just off to the side here, and we can see if it does anything. Just before I was just about to bin it, and I thought, well, let's have a little play, a little experiment. So that, I'm just holding it up to the camera now in a way that you can see a lot of the light reflected in it, and then I'm going to turn it on. I don't know how much current it draws, but it's actually the current, it's drawing 1.5 amps. Hang on. As I looked away, I think it dimmed, right? It definitely, it's like pitch black now. Maybe I've allowed it to have too much current. Yeah, I'm going to hope. I think I allowed it to have too much current because I can see small bubbles in it now, so I might have blown that. Bugger! That would have been cool. I mean, it's not warm to touch or anything. Let me see if I can cool it down, just in case heat is an element. So I've got a bit of butane gas here, so I'm just going to fire a bit of butane gas onto it in the middle. I think I can see it returning. Yes, actually I can see even movement inside it of the whatever liquid it is in there. That's crazy cool. Look at that. So definitely heat has an element, so they are recoverable. But if I wipe that, yeah, it's still got that kind of weird goldy tint. If you've got these, is the goldy tint natural? Is that what you come to expect? I'm going to have another go now. I've turned the current down so we can hopefully see it a bit more gradually. Is it doing anything? So the current limit is hitting in at about 400 milliamps. It's definitely thinking about it. It's definitely thinking about it. You can see in different lights it's got a different effect. And then I'm going to wang it up to full. Bang! Neat. Oh, well, I'm rather pleased with that. That's quite an interesting diversion. You're going to tell me, yeah, that is actually pretty good. That's the gold colour is what's expected. So if that is the case, I might solder back on the connector and get this on eBay sharpish. But I think the reality is it's not the case, to be honest. And I'm noticing lots of small bubbles here. I don't know if it's because I'm using it flat, but I'm guessing as that liquid moves, some of those compounds are basically moving and they might be starting to separate. So without further ado though, let's test the heater, because I think if I can heat it up, if the heater elements work, then that should restore it back to its clearness, is the technical term, to its clarity. There, that's a better term. It will restore it to its clarity in a timelier manner. And in fact, it's turned off so we can actually see the effect in real time. So, although it's kind of already going back to goldiness. Right, again, it's taking 1.4 amps. And it's definitely doing something. It's just cleared it up there. Yeah, I think it is. But it's interesting because you've got this, see this area here? That's where it's still cold from the butane. So we'll see if that sort of sorts itself out. Yeah, I'm breathing on it, and it's definitely colder than my breath. It's not evaporating at the same rate at all. Must be a pretty cold spot, that bit. Just leave it a little moment. Yeah, I think it's starting to shrink. I'm quite keen about this area here, though. You can see where there's some smaller, sort of finer bubbles have appeared around this electrode here. Remember, you've got an electrode at the top edge here, an electrode on that bottom edge there. Yeah, well, it's drawing current, so that heater's definitely working, but they're not like putting out massive amounts. That let me turn the voltage up a tiny bit. Let's put it up to maybe 14 volts. Right, now we're at basically 1.6 amps, so that's a bit juicier now. But But yeah, I guess what would you expect from this heating element? You're not going to expect it to be piping hot, but at the same time they do seem to melt ice, but I don't think they melt ice totally. I think they just make the fine layer where the ice is touching the glass melt, and then the ice slides off or blows off as you're driving. So there, I hope that's been of some interest to you. I think the whole chromatic mirror thing is quite fun, and I'm gonna keep this aside again with its connector in case I can get a couple of quid for it actually down on eBay. But yeah, hope that's been of some use to you, some interest. But yeah, please down below tell me, are they always this kind of horrible gold? Look at the colour of it compared to my hand. I don't think they're supposed to be, because I don't think you can use it. It's like too tinted. It's like a tinted bloody mirror. As ever, thank you for watching.